self-esteem, computer science, hairstyling, public speaking, real estate sales, cross-country skiing, truck driving, religious experience, corporate negotiations, miniature golf. What do these things have in common? Each and every one of them can be enhanced, fulfilled, conquered, achieved, and realized by using the power of ignorance. Or so says our next guest. He is a self-acclaimed professor of theoretical existence. He is a man who has quite illiterately dedicated years of his life to the study of the power of ignorance. He has traveled the globe studying with Ig masters, striving to pay little or no attention to what they said. My friends, he has reached levels where he never thought it would be possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the TEDx stage, Vaguen.
Thank you, Chris.
Vaguen,
Yes.
let's get right to it. I enjoyed not reading your book. I found it fascinating, or maybe not, but I would imagine that with an approach, philosophy, an approach to life, like this power of ignorance, you might face a little bit of resistance, does it?
Needless to say, yes. This perception is most likely very different than most people's, and it undoubtedly prompts them to ask, what does this all mean? I don't understand.
Well, but if they don't understand, aren't they already using their power of ignorance?
Bravo! Yes, indeed, they are.
Vaguen, I did a little research of my own. I went to a little book I like to call the dictionary, and I looked up a word, ignorance, and I found out that ignorance is the lack of knowledge. Now, this intrigued me. So I went further in the dictionary, and once I realized that the word knowledge started with the letter K, I found that knowledge is a concept of understanding. Therefore, ignorance is a concept of a lack of understanding.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. And that's why from ignorance comes miracles. From ignorance comes visions. From ignorance comes...
everything. Anything.
Why not? I don't know. But I do know this.
Yes.
I do know this. It is important to understand the importance of understanding that a lack of understanding is unimportant.
Now,
Understand the importance of understanding that a lack of understanding is unimportant.
I love that. Vaguen, that sounds confusing. But isn't, if I'm not understanding this correctly, isn't confusion the boulevard to ignorance?
Oh, well done, indeed,
Yeah.
yes. Confusion provides limitless possibilities. All of our great philosophers understood this. They promoted it. They endorsed it.
Yeah, Confucius. His name alone
There you
suggests.
go. Yes. Socrates, I dare say Socrates, one of the original Ig masters, it was Socrates who told us, true knowledge is not to know what you know, but to know what you don't know.
While not reading your book, I had a thought. You've heard the expression, what we don't know won't hurt us? Isn't implicit in that, Vaguen, that what we do know will hurt us?
Yeah. Why not? And I would go even further to say it prohibits us. You see.
Huh.
Yes. If we don't know what isn't possible, then anything is possible. That's how we've made such grand advances in technology.
For example?
For example,
It's
flight,
Flight.
technology, exercise, family values, dental, graduation caps or a stealth bomber, I'm not sure which. On and on and on.
Vaguen, I must ask you, how can we maintain our state of ignorance?
Oh, excellent question. Because this is a dilemma with the knowledge that is constantly bombarding us.
Yes.
Ralph Waldo Emerson, as he said, to be great is to be misunderstood. And so many of us lose out on being great because we know too much. It's at those moments that we need to rely on our Ig mantra.
The Ig mantra.
Yes.
Now, what is the ig mantra? When would I use it? How would I do? Can you demonstrate?
Very simple. Very simple. It's very simple to use anytime during the day, the evening, whenever. You simply focus on what is known as middle air.
Middle air.
Middle air is the distance between you and the next object. Focus on middle air. Stop. A deep breath. Letting the ig mantra seep up through you, naturally releasing. Duh. Deep breath, focusing on middle air, naturally releasing. Duh.
Try it with us.
All together, naturally releasing. Duh. Bringing you back to understanding the importance of understanding that a lack of understanding is unimportant. Use this whenever knowledge has begun to creep in the mall, in the bank lines, in the grocery stores, while waiting in traffic. Whenever knowledge has begun to creep in and corrupt the cradle of innovation, the cradle of confusion, if you will.
But Vaguen, did you just say use this in the grocery store? In a bank line? In public?
I know. This is a common reaction. People think, oh my gosh, people will stare at me. They will look confused. Yes. But what a warm feeling that will give you, knowing you have helped them tap their own power of ignorance. As you said, confusion is the boulevard to ignorance.
Now, if I'm to understand correctly, a lot of this was discovered at the IG Institute.
Okay.
Can you tell us about the IG Institute?
I have a few photos that are rarely shown in public. This is the first field test of unqualified bafflement. As you can see, a grand success that day. And here we have the fully operable, harmless igometer, and a little painful, but totally harmless. And of course, closing in on the cycle of confusion. This was one grand moment. This is the igulator control room, very much like an air traffic control room. We have breaking down the elements of a hunch. This was. If my memory serves, I think we calculated as 21% notion and 79% whim. Testing the saturation point hypothesis. Not one of our most successful experiments, but all of them can't be. These leads to other things like compressing nothingness with instinct, which was actually fabulous. Calibrating the point of what? Very controversial for our board at the IG Institute.
Now
because
what's the point?
Well, we kept debating of what's the point of calibrating, what's the point? Yeah. And the point of what? But fortunately we did. Generating navigating never gets boring, always fun to do. And of course, lots of visitors. Nixon, who felt right at home, visiting the Institute. And thank you to NASA for validating what we always thought we didn't know, which was there is a portal of doubt, and it was nice to have that validated. And now we are closing in utter surrendering of perplexity. It is definitely a bit of a stymie.
Vaguen, you truly are Master Ignoramus.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being and sharing these photos. Is there any? We've got to wrap up. Is there anything else you would like to share with us today before we go?
Only that people do not shy away from this power, this innate ability. It's limitless possibilities, and it leads to grand things. You know, this year TEDx, cardboard pins. Next year, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Thank you. This is Vaguen, ladies and gentlemen.